Morning, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Beautiful day to be alive and well in hillbilly country today.
Yeah, it is, but it's really hot, too.
And it's hot.
I've been out here less than 5 minutes. I'm already sweating.
We're out here on the cooking shed.
Yeah.
Little cooking shed. We got a little swing out on the edge of the cooking shed.
It's even too hot to cook out here.
It's definitely hot, and it's going to be that way for another month, right?
It's not that it's just so hot. It's so humid.
Yes. We've had a couple of days. It ain't been as bad. It's been hot, but ain't been as humid, but it's coming out of the south again.
Yeah. It could be worse, though, so. We got air conditioning, and we can run in there and cool off, so we're doing good.
That air conditioner spoilt us, ain't it?
Yeah, it has.
Air conditioning will ruin you, but boy, I tell you, I don't know that I want to be without it right now.
No, I'm getting too old. I can't take it anymore. Well, we've been pretty busy this week, and we just wanted to come. Today is Saturday morning, and we got a busy day today too, but we've had a busy week because most of y'all know that we work in the public school system, and school started this week, and it's just been nonstop.
It's been busy.
And then when we get home, you know, you got your chores to do, and you try to grab something to eat, and by the time you sit down, you're just wore out. But I don't know if it's just us getting older, or we just can't do it like we used to, or what it is.
Well, it's just time to slow down.
I guess so. Your body's telling you it's time to slow down.
Can't slow down too much.
No.
We're not neither one just sit around. We can't do that. But
And there was even a couple nights that I didn't even cook supper. I was just tired.
I cooked me some supper.
Yeah, you did.
I scrambled me up some eggs. I can always cook some eggs.
I'm glad, because I know you won't starve to death.
Oh, I can cook.
I know you can. You can cook a little bit. I don't want you cooking too much, because then I'd get used to you. I'd be saying, Dan, why don't you go in there and cook us some supper?
I'll do it for you.
So, what's been going on in the homestead? Not much this week, because we ain't been here.
No, it's 11 hours a day at work. But anyway, the garden is under a lot of stress.
Yes. The garden looks awful right now.
It's under a lot of stress. We've tried to shade some of the pumpkins and some squash I think you got coming on, and ooh, it's heating them up right now, and it's
well, you come home, and you know, I went out there, and the vines, the pumpkin vines are just like,
they're wilted.
And you're thinking, well, they're gone, and I'll water them again, and they'll perk up a little bit, and next day they're just, well, the leaves are burning up on them because the sun is just scorching them.
They're under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Most of our tomatoes are gone. We got a few still.
We still got a few that are making. The Arkansas Travelers are still doing. They're still doing good.
Yeah.
I think they're a real hardy tomato plant, so I really recommend those. Our Cherokee Purples, which we love, it's our favorite tomatoes. We cut them back already.
Yeah, they were done in, let's see, July, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably about the middle of July. Well, we still got a few. It ain't been too long ago we had a few of them.
Yeah.
I cut them back. I'm going to try to see if they'll re-sprout before frost and give us some more tomatoes.
Some of them are coming back.
Yeah.
Now, whether they
Make it or not.
I don't know. And my peas are still putting on pretty good.
That's awfulest mess of peas I ever seen.
I mean, they have put on a lot
Them
of
things
peas.
are 4 or 5 foot tall out there.
They are. They're tall. Stuff grows tall up here on this hill.
Yeah, it does. Seems like. And we're closer to the sun. We're every bit of 600 feet above sea level.
Yeah. We had to get rid of some old hens. Was it last weekend?
Yeah, I had some young ones coming on, and they had started laying. And too many chickens. Too much feed, and the old hens were laying about every other day. They wasn't as productive as they need to be, and that's just part of it.
It's hard. It's hard to get rid of your chickens when you've had them that long, and they have They've done good for you.
Oh, there was some laying Jessies there.
Yeah, they laid every day, and they laid plumb into the winter.
Plumb through winter we get eggs.
So when they get,
some of them hens are getting to be 4-year-old.
Yeah, when they get older and they stop laying as much, and of course we sell our eggs, so you're putting so much money in feed in them, you got to start weeding them out a little bit. It is hard when you've had them that long.
We're going to retire on the money we make from eggs.
We're going to starve to death.
We don't make no money from eggs.
No.
It does help supplement the feed bill a little bit.
For our own eggs, it pays for.
Oh yeah.
So.
We do it for ourselves, but we have more than we can use. So.
Yeah.
There's several people.
We don't sell them to make money. It's just to help supplement the feed bill pretty much. So, but we got some younger hens that have been really doing good.
They're laying good. I got a dozen eggs yesterday, and we kept 2 of the older hens just to have a couple of them that were, one of them's a big pet, but we give them to an old lady. I don't know how.
The older hens.
Yeah, the old hens, yeah. The lady was wanting some chickens, and she wasn't necessarily just wanting young hens or anything, and so we give them to her so she'd get her an egg once in a while and have some chickens in the yard.
I love watching chickens in the yard. We've always had chickens. We grew up with chickens. I mean, it's just not right having chickens running around the yard, even though I'm telling you sometimes I could just wring their necks.
Yeah.
When they start scratching my flower beds or in my garden, I get upset, but then I get over it. So that's why we have a fence up around the garden.
Yes, but they still get in your flower beds.
Yeah, and that upsets me, but we still have chickens.
And
ducks.
A lot of you, we got ducks too, and a lot of you probably know if you. We're going to have a wood cook stove this winter.
Yes, I'm excited. I can't wait to fire that thing up.
Me neither. I'm ready for fall, and I'm ready for some biscuits and gravy on that wood stove.
Yeah. I know I've had some subscribers saying, I can't wait to see you cooking on that wood stove. And I can't. I'm getting excited.
It's going to be a little learning curve for us.
It's been many years. Years.
I've ate a meal off a wood cook stove growing up.
And I know a lot of my subscribers have heard me say that my grandmother, living with her, she had a big wood cook stove. And I know plumb in summer, that, of course, that's all we had at that point. She would be cooking on that thing with the windows open and, whew, I don't know, we did it.
Had to eat, though, didn't we?
We had to eat. But we're not going to do that. We're going to wait till at least a little bit cooler.
It's a multi-purpose. It's going to be our heat for the house and the cook-on. So our
square footage in the cabin part is how much?
Just under 1,000.
900.
9 something. I forget.
9 something. So it will heat that little cabin because we had, of course, the regular wood heating stove in there, and all winter long we'd have the windows and doors open
all the time.
Because you couldn't get no happy medium in
I'm
there.
sitting in there in a t-shirt and pair of shorts all winter.
Oh, especially if I was cooking in there and it'd get hot. But we're not complaining. We're just glad we was warm.
No, I don't mind opening up the door. It don't bother me a bit.
There's many nights me and him would fall asleep in the chair with the door open and fire going. So, life's good. We've been so busy that I haven't been able to do a video, but as soon as we line things out, and we'll get back to cooking and getting our homestead and stuff back in order.
Maybe.
So I haven't been doing as much canning this summer, but I am going to get back into it probably as soon as it cools off. Get back into canning. I've got strawberries and I don't know what all in the freezer right now that I've got to get some jam made and stuff done. I just haven't done as much canning. We've just really been
Not
busy.
lately. You did earlier.
I did earlier.
We have a pantry full. Don't let her fool you.
But
we got a pantry full of garden cans.
yeah. You know, back when we lived on the big farm and we was raising the kids, it seemed like, of course, we fed not only our kids, we fed a lot of people. And I can remember, well, I cooked a big supper every night.
Every night.
Them kids, they didn't do it without nothing. But I got to tell this story because it's my oldest son. It was a treat for them to have a bag of Oreos because we just didn't buy stuff like that. If we had cookies, it was homemade cookies or cake or whatever. And so when they had a bag of Oreos, it was a treat.
If they went out and ate, it was a treat.
If they went out to eat, it was a treat. And we only done it like once a month or so. But he'll tell the story that he just thought that everybody lived that way.
Yeah.
And he would go to other people's houses and see, oh, that's not true. But I guess it was all in the way that we were raised. So me and you was raised that way. So that hummingbird come to see us.
He's sitting up there watching us.
I think that's a female.
They, we don't know no different.
No. Of course, we spoiled. We've got 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls.
Yes.
And of course, they're married and have been for a while. And we got 5 grandchildren. We got 3 grandsons and 2 granddaughters. And when they come to the house, they get Oreos.
Don't be telling that.
Yeah, they're being raised a little bit different, so. Nanny and Paul's usually got Oreos or something.
Now, last weekend you made homemade cookies.
Yeah, I did.
Don't let her fool you all. She ain't modern.
We do buy stuff like that for the grandkids.
Occasionally. And somebody else dips an Oreo in milk once in a while.
I love double stuffed Oreos and cold milk. So, Danny's don't go into a car show today.
I'm gonna go. We got a local fair in town, and I'm gonna lead over to the car show. You're gonna go get groceries.
I have not been and bought any necessities in probably
We've been eating
3 weeks.
We've been eating out of the house, but
So it's
we just
time.
get paid once a month too. So
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about working in public school. You get paid. Well, in our area, we get paid once a month, so you have to make things stretch. And what we do is, when we get paid, I pay all the bills. One of these days, we ain't gonna have all them bills.
they're getting less and
We're
less.
getting less and less because hopefully in 5.5 years, we're gonna be retired, and we can spend more time on the homestead and doing the things that we want to do. But you pay your bills, and what's left over, if you're able to put some back in savings, that's good. It don't matter if it's $20, whatever. But the rest of it goes for necessities, so.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. So you really have to make that monthly money stretch to get you through to the next pay period.
Yeah.
So. But there's really, as far as the garden, there's not really much we can do right now. Now I'm fixing to, Miss Tammy from Little George Farm, she sent me some squash seeds, some Kershaw.
Don't get me to
I
line.
forget how to really say it, but she sent me some squash seeds. And I am going to get them planted this weekend because I love winter squash. In fact, I really would rather coming off in the fall than I do in the summertime because it seems like they have a better taste and they just do better. Now I do have yellow squash that we've had all summer,
It's still
and it's still making. And I planted my zucchini later, so it should be coming off in the fall too. So all my squashes, my pumpkins and stuff like that, I'm hoping to come off in the fall. I just think they do better. my herbs done really good, and I got them harvested and got them dried, and I'm fixing them, put all them up, so.
Been drinking some of that herb tea, ain't we?
Yeah. Stuff's good. And I told them I was going to do a video making that buttermilk homemade ice cream, and I haven't done it yet. So I'm hoping that maybe that's my next video.
I need some ice cream.
Yeah, you're out, aren't you?
I'm out. I'm out.
That's a good memories, sitting on the front porch of Grandma and Grandpa's and turning that ice cream churn.
Yeah, we don't turn it like that anymore.
We have one though.
Well, we do.
But now I've got a countertop ice cream maker, and I love that thing. It makes really good ice cream. But I can remember in summertime we'd sit on the porch and churn that ice cream, and that's usually when we'd go get peaches from Campbell, Missouri, and we'd have fresh peaches and homemade ice cream. It's really good stuff.
That was a treat, wasn't
It was a treat. It's really good. And the kids, they love it when we have homemade ice cream, don't they?
Yes.
They always wait to come here to have homemade ice cream.
And now that we got that milkshake mixer that we bought, and I got all cleaned up, and it works really well.
Y'all, I bought that. It's an old drugstore blender.
Yeah.
And I got that thing for $15. And it works like a charm.
Well, I mean, motor was a little slow, but it worked good now.
Yeah, it works good.
I cleaned it all up, and it's just like almost like new.
So when the kids come, they want to make a milkshake.
Yeah, go over Mom's, make a milkshake. Use Mom and Dad's ice cream. We love it though.
But a little bit spoiled. What else we got going on?
Oh, I'm just ready for fall.
I am too.
I'm ready to do a little bit of fishing, put in the freezer, and a little bit of deer meat.
I don't know. It just seems like fall has become my favorite time of year, because I guess it's the cooler, crisp air. Like you said, it's a good fishing weather.
Hunting weather.
Hunting weather.
We have to live and eat off the land a little more.
It's pumpkin time, and you can start baking because it's not too hot. And I just love it because you can open your windows up, air the house out, and then at night it's a little bit cool.
And tons of leaves to get off the yard.
Y'all, we live right in the middle of the woods, so if fall gets here, there's
leaves. Oh my goodness.
There's leaves everywhere, but we can't complain because that's where we wanted to be, in the middle of the woods. So.
And I pile a lot of them. I got several leaf piles to make some compost. Takes a lot of leaves to make very much compost. You can have a big pile, and it ain't gonna make but a few wheelbarrows full, but it's good stuff when it does.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You know, back in our earlier married years, the kids were young too, because I remember the boys helping a little bit. But we had a combine, and we would combine fescue. And what time of year would that be?
It was in June.
In June. June we'd start combining fescue.
And it was a combine that a friend of mine went in partnership together and bought. And he and I run it one year. I run it mostly. He's a big cattle farmer, and he was busy a lot in it. And I ended up buying him out. And we do that 2 or 3 years maybe.
I think about 3 years.
Just the seed off the top of fescue. And there's still a market for it. And it was about a 2 week, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks maybe, and the seed would be gone, and you had to go every day as hard as you could go.
You had to go every day, and you just would pray that you didn't have a breakdown, or as bad as you probably needed rain, you hope it didn't rain that day. But it was just a supplemental income for us.
I hauled that combine. I'd be there working on the combine, greasing it early in the morning, and when the seed got dry, I would run till dark, and then I would haul that load up in Missouri to a place that bought the seed and get in about, I don't know, 10 o'clock, sometimes midnight, depends on how many people was up there unloading. Go again the next day. We'll do that hard for 10 days, at least 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks.
Now, we had a little grocery business store up there at Dalton. It's a Mennonite store now, but I was doing that when you was cutting fescue.
No.
So that was just part of our
Little extra income for a few years.
Because store business, I don't care. You're not going to get rich in a store business. I can tell you.
Not no little country store.
No, but I loved my little store. But it was 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and my kids were there with me every day. So they were kind of being raised in the store business. And we sold feed and diesel to the farmers and stuff like that. So I didn't mind it a bit. But it was just, it consumes your life. Any kind of business like that does, for sure. But I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And of course, then Danny went to trucking.
Yeah.
17 years on the road.
Yeah, 17 or 18. I was the owner-operator for 16 or 17 years.
Yeah. But when you got a house full of kids and you got a farm and stuff, and I needed to be there with the kids and to take care of the farm. We had cattle, and so...
Raised hogs, to eat.
As bad as we didn't want him gone, he had to do what he had to do to get those kids raised. And as soon as everybody started leaving the house, he got off the truck.
Got off the road. I told her, when we get these youngins, well, Tyler was the youngest, was still there, but
yeah, for a couple of years before he left.
But he was just a big help. That's who run the farm when I was gone.
Mm-hmm. Me and
you and Tyler and the kids.
Yeah.
Fed that hay every day in the winter.
I do miss cattle, but not enough to get back into. By the time we get home, there's just no time to be messing with cattle.
No, we would have to have a different land than we got now. Have to clear it all off, and I don't want to tear the woods off.
I think we just need to stay how we are. Just chickens. No. Chickens and squirrels and birds and ducks and deer and...
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to go into town.
We want to talk about the channel.
Yes. I mean, it's been kind of overwhelming.
She went from 2,500 subscribers to, she's over 31,000.
It's almost like it's unreal. It just don't seem real. And I can tell you, I've had some of the kindest comments. I mean, Mr. Brown, he has to go through there and help me. So if any of y'all are getting comments from Mr. Brown, it's not because, it's because there's so many, I can't get to all of them. And we feel like if you're going to take the time to be so kind to us and to comment, we want to read them and we want to comment back.
The best we can. We may not.
The best we can. And I know there's some that we miss, and I try to go back and try to find them. And even some of them's made us tear up a little bit. I mean, they have just been so heartwarming, some of the stories, and just so much kindness. And like I said, it went so fast for us that it got kind of overwhelming.
Well, this is no joke. We'd sit down, because you got 150 something videos, and all them good people going and watching all your videos and commenting, and we sat down for a few weeks, hours at night, trying, and I'm reading to her while she's not able to do it, and I'm reading them to her, and trying to comment on. If I don't put no more than thank you, at least you know
that it was read, because a lot of times I'll be in there trying to cook supper or do the dishes or laundry, and he's reading them to me. He's reading me the comments, and so, like I said, it's, if I don't get to them, Mr. Brown's going to be reading them to me, and so it's, you know.
We try.
We try so hard.
We try to get back to everybody, so don't get upset if we don't.
And I know there's been comments, people wanting recipes and stuff, and I try so hard to get back on them too. But I want to take this time too to thank, I have gotten some gifts in the mail, and every time I get them, I'm just like a little kid that gets a birthday gift. I'm just like so excited when I go to the post office and there's a box in there. And I want to thank everybody that has sent me gifts like that. That's really sweet, and I cherish all of them. Whether if it's, I got some a package in the mail the other day, and it was homemade cards, like Christmas cards, different
gift cards, yeah.
Gift cards, homemade gift tags. I mean, they were so pretty, and I can't wait to use them. In fact, some of them are so pretty, I'm going to hang them on my mantle at Christmas time. So, I got a dish towel that was so pretty, and I just really cherished it. And I get seeds in the mail from people, and I got a letter in the mail, and this has been several months ago, and wanting a couple of my recipes handwritten on a recipe card, and I am going to get to that, and I am going to get it mailed out, so you know who you are, and I am going to get that back to you, I promise. It's just so much at one time. I guess you get behind is what happens.
It's easy, especially when we got other parts of things we got to do every day.
Well, just life, you know, but even at that,
we're so thankful.
We are very thankful.
We're so glad that you have subscribed.
And that you spend the time to watch our life and what we do. And we're just simple country folk. Always have been.
I think we're below simple.
We're below simple? What is that?
we're just plain Jane.
We're just plain Jane. Ain't nothing fancy about us. But we're just real life, and we've done it for so many years, and we were raised that way, so sometimes I think we might be called oldsteaders instead of homesteaders. Because we're getting old, we can't do things we used to do.
That's for sure.
Our bodies are saying it's time to slow down now. Of course, there are things that I will never give up. And that one thing is my garden, my flowers, my chickens, canning, preserve. I mean, just your everyday stuff. I'll never give that up. But as far as raising cattle and just all that big stuff.
Well, you're wanting to do a little traveling whenever.
Yes, I want to travel. I want to travel and maybe come see some of my subscribers, if it's possible. So when I retire, that's on our schedule.
So we can't be tied down with a bunch of livestock.
No.
But
I'd love to get some more goats, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, Lord, if you do that, there won't be anybody here to take care of them, so you can travel.
no.
So probably won't be doing that anymore.
We probably will raise a meat hog, though.
Yeah, we'll do stuff like that.
And
We have got so many subscribers from, help me here, Ireland, New Zealand, the UK,
Newfoundland,
Newfoundland, or
Newfoundland. One of them is, I think.
Canada,
Ireland, did you say that?
yes, Ireland. I would love to go all these places.
A lot of new ladies from Australia.
Yes. I mean, it's just been unreal.
They're watching. They're going to be making biscuits and gravy the way we do here in the hills in Australia.
Yeah.
And it's in the UK. It's a whole different. They call it. A lot of places, a biscuit is a cookie. It's what they know as a cookie. And this one lady said that She had to wash because we were going to put gravy over cookies. But
I know. It's funny, in different countries, different regions, even here in the South, we do things different than people, a lot of things different than even people up in the North. So that's just like chicken and dumplings. Our dumplings are different than one up north, what they call dumplings. So it's just on where you was raised and all that. But there was a lady from the UK, and she made the biscuits and gravy and fed them to her family, and they watched the video, the whole family, and they just loved the biscuits and gravy. Because see, their gravy is brown gravy, I think.
Most of the time they make brown gravy. Yeah.
White gravy, like we eat in the South here, is like a white sauce for them.
Yeah, call it a white sauce.
White sauce.
It kind of blew their mind pouring milk in with meat. Pouring milk in with sausage.
Yeah.
But that's fun.
It is. And getting all the comments back, I just love it. So we want all of y'all to know how much we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
And how much we love y'all.
We're not going to try to mention names because
there's so many. And I don't want to leave not one person out. Not one. So
we've got some other YouTube channels that helped us, and
y'all know who you are.
Yes, you do. We've had some long-time subscribers that's been with us a long time.
Well, ever since the beginning. And of course, Miss Vicki, she was the one that got me started, so I do have to tell her. She knows. She's the one that got me started. She's the one that said, you can do this. So I just kind of stepped into it and done it. And as time goes on, it's getting easier.
Live on camera.
Live on camera. And one of these days, I'm going to get me a decent camera and a computer. Because a lot of y'all may not know, all this I do on my phone. That's all I got.
A phone.
That's all I got.
So we sure don't do it perfectly.
No.
But we try.
We're not perfect.
I mean, we try to. Sometimes the sound may not be right. I don't know.
But we're just simple people. We don't spend a lot of money on stuff. But whenever I do get some, I think I'm going to get me a camera and a decent laptop computer. I've got people looking for me, find me a good, decent laptop computer that I need for doing videos. So, because me and Mr. Brown ain't too bright on that stuff.
Not really.
So
I never thought when I was in high school, when I hated taking typing, and especially on a manual typewriter, we just got to share an electric one once in a while. How much I would be using that. I'm still not the best speller, but
I've got such short, stubby fingers that I didn't do good on them manual typewriters. My fingers would not stretch and hit them, and I didn't do good. Now, when we changed to electric, that was good.
60 words a minute was the goal. 60 words a minute. I never forget that.
I still can't do that.
No mistake. That's almost impossible for me. I could get 60, 70 words a minute, but I'd have a mistake once in a while.
Well, even the school system has changed since we've been in school.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
I've been in the school system. Well, Brandon, when he started kindergarten, I started subbing up there at school. And I worked, and I volunteered, so I'm going to say I've been active in the school system 30 years, 32 years. But as far as pulling a paycheck and working, it's been 23 years. And I can tell you how much the school system's changed.
A lot.
Even for me and you going to school, it's changed. But the whole world's changed since me and you've been in school.
It's funny. I still carry a flip-top phone. Work furnishes it, and I'm walling around under a bus, and a regular phone, I carry this little phone in my pocket. But I'll hand that to kids on the bus. They need to call mom for something. Occasionally we'll have something going on, and I hand it to them, and they don't even know. They can't even. They don't have that touch screen. They look at me like, "How do you use this?" It's funny.
They wouldn't even know what a real phone looked like, would they? Kind that we had hanging on the wall.
It's so funny. It's unreal.
They
what kids don't know, even though it's a rural school, but still, the way of life that we live has went a long ways away from what we live. And it's one thing we noticed, that the people that's watching our videos, it brings back so many memories.
Yeah, when we were young, me and him was dating. He'd call me on the rotary phone, and you'd pick it up, and you'd be talking. All of a sudden, you'd hear somebody else talking. It's because it was a party line. At least 3 people on that party line, so you always had somebody listening.
3 or 4. Yeah, there's always somebody listening to your conversation.
Especially the older women.
And me and her be talking too long, and
somebody get on there and say, "I've got to make a phone call."
I got to make a phone call. You youngins, get off the phone.
Oh, Lordy.
I never was a big phone talker, though.
No. We were so much in love, we just had to sit there on the phone and
Hear each other breathe. It was fun.
Oh. You remember, there was times he'd come pick me up for a date on the weekend. We seen each other during the week at school, but he usually worked after school, and he'd come pick me up, and I'd still be out there feeding the cattle or doing something.
Hey, I worked all day long too. All Saturday and go stay out till midnight, or Friday night, and when Dad was in. My dad worked on the towboats at that time, and he was gone 30 days at a time, but he'd get me up. I'd be out late Saturday morning, he'd get me up.
Get you up, so get busy.
And when my dad come and got you up, you better get up.
My grandpa would come in there and pull on my big toe and say, "Get up, get out of that bed."
My dad said, "Get up, you better get up." That wasn't no second chance. We go cut wood and get things ready for the homestead while he'd be gone. And at that time, at that age, I was taking care of everything at the house. So
I remember Saturday mornings there at the old farmhouse. It was the morning that me and Grandma would get up and clean house. We do the dusting and the mopping and all that stuff. And that's back when you had the 8-track tapes.
Mm-hmm.
And
we had an 8-track model truck, didn't we?
Yeah. And she'd put Willie Nelson in there, and we cleaned house. Listen to Willie Nelson.
We were dating in a 65 Chevrolet pickup that I bought from my brother from working in a hayfield, hauling hay. That's something we used to do together too, wasn't it? She'd drive for me, and another friend, and she'd drive out in the field, and we'd load hay and haul. That's how we made some extra money in the summertime.
Boy, it's hot. Hot, sweaty. You get so hot you about puke.
It's hard to explain how hot it can get when you're up on top of the hay inside of a barn when it's 90 degrees.
I'm surprised we didn't pass out.
I've been hot enough too sometimes.
Because you're so hot and you're so thirsty, you're just drinking water.
Make you sick.
Then you get sick and go around back and puke and go again. That was good old days.
Yeah, in some ways it was. We was in better shape, wasn't we?
Yes, a lot better shape.
I weighed 145 pounds when we got married, I think. All muscle, every bit.
Yeah. That is true. But what's bad is he only probably weighed 10 more pounds than I did.
Oh, I played basketball all the years in high school. I didn't know what not being in shape was. I ate, man, I could eat. I could eat for 3 people.
Well, that's because you stay busy.
Burn it all off, didn't I?
Nowadays, most of the kids are going home eating junk and watching TV or playing on their phone. They're not active like we used to be, and that's really sad.
Our kids always was.
Yeah.
We kicked them outside.
We kicked them outside.
You get outside, don't you come in till dark.
No, that's not true. But they always had chores, and they were outside. They were outside kids. That's
They
for
go
sure.
down on the creek on the farm. And
You know, they told me the other day, they said, it's a good thing you didn't really know everything and everywhere we went. I said, well, I'm glad I didn't. They said we'd take off and, you know, go to the creek and plumb over blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't know that. But I was so busy that I don't know.
that was your good time when you didn't have a house full of kids. You could get stuff done.
Yeah. They were older then.
When I was a kid, I'd go out at daylight and not come back till dark. I've done that a lot.
Anybody go looking for you?
Well, that time we were married and I spent the night in my duck woods. They come out about 4 o'clock in the morning. You got worried about midnight thinking, my husband ain't home.
That's not funny.
No.
That was a bad night for me. And his daddy. Don't let him kid you. He got lost in the duck woods. And I guess it was like 4 o'clock in the morning when I had a tiny newborn baby boy. And I woke up.
It was midnight, I think.
And I thought,
Or was it?
where is he at? And then
He ain't home.
something's happened, so I call his daddy. And his daddy, being a big duck hunter, gets scared. Because all I think he's thinking in his mind is he's got out there and drowned in the duck woods.
Something happened.
And he tells me, he says, sis, he says, I'm going to get dressed, I'm going to get my truck, and I'm going to go find him. And that's where and when he got there, he seen Danny's truck parked there, and he called me. He said, I see his truck, but I don't see him. So I think that's when he really got upset.
Yeah, he did.
And then by that time, there were several other people called to go help in the search for you.
Some of my buddies.
Some of Danny's good
Duck
friends.
hunting buddies.
Yes. And I'll let you tell the rest, because I don't remember where he was.
I was in the, you go east of here and it's flat woods, what we call flatland. And they flood the timber, acres and acres and acres. And everything looks the same. It's not the same as you walking around up here in the hills. Everywhere you look, it looks the same. There's no, and it was a cloudy day. Anyway, I went in by myself and got turned around. I tried to shortcut my way out, and I missed a particular levee I was supposed to find. I got parallel with it and walked with it, and it got dark. And I was hot because I've been walking hard, and it got dark on me in a hurry. And when it got dark that night, I'm talking about dark. You couldn't hardly see your hand in front of your face. And I was worried about getting wet because it was cold, and not getting out. So I found me a log and I sat on it. And that's where I stayed till daylight. You talking about long? That was a long night right there.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I could hear the coyotes on the land. I knew where land was. I knew where the river was. There was a river. I heard a boat running on the river. But getting to it without getting wet and knowing for sure that I was going to get out. I tried to go one direction at one time, and the water started getting deep. There was an old slough, and I couldn't wade through it. So I'm out there, and a beaver bothered me all night long. But I sure was. I thought, well, if I'll make it till daylight, and there'll be people coming in hunting, and I'll get out of here. But my dad showed up, and actually the game warden was coming in there to go hunting, and he come out there, and I was within a few hundred yards of their duck hole, they call them. That was a long night. What I do, I come home, went to bed, and went back duck hunting that afternoon.
When you talk about an upset wife, I was upset. But tell them about that beaver. Was it a beaver swam around you and kept splashing you?
There was a beaver that knew that I was there, and he wouldn't leave me alone, and I couldn't see him. I'm telling you, it was dark. It snowed that night. It snowed on me a little bit, and Luckily, I had on some pretty decent clothes. I got cold because I had sweated, but I thought I could stay in the water and stay that temperature, but I couldn't do it. I got too cold. And that beaver would not leave me alone. He knew I wasn't supposed to be there. And I got up out of the water and I was laid back on a log, and I was just trying to lay down and relax and trying to stay warm. And I heard something, and the log was about 3 or 4 foot off the water. And I looked down, and that beaver, I couldn't see him good, but he was there, and they slapped their tail against the water to warn. That's one of their warning, the way they warn that something's around. And he knocked water all over my face.
I bet that was a rough night.
It was rough.
Cold.
Wasn't nothing for a hillbilly, though.
I'm telling you. You know, me and Danny, before we got married, you know, I knew that he hunted and fished and trapped. And he told me, he said, now if we get married, I'm going to hunt and fish and trap.
I guarantee you.
And he did. Oh my goodness. But I'm telling you, it kept us fed, and it kept the bills paid a lot of times. So I can't complain at all. But
we got to wrap this thing up.
yes, we do. We're fixing to go our separate ways. You're going to car show. I've got to go into town. And we just wanted to get on here because we needed a video, and we were wanting to get on so bad. And just thank everybody so much for your kindness and your time. And we got videos coming up, cooking videos, homestead videos. And as time goes on, it starts getting cooler. I'm going to be cooking outside in a Dutch oven and stuff like that. So, and I've got a sun oven that my son gave me that I'm going to bake some bread in, do some cooking in too. So I've got to get started on that too. But we wanted to just get in touch with everybody.
I want to tell everybody thank you very much for your kindness.
And we love y'all. And we'll be back with you probably in a couple of days.
We'll probably do a porch chat when it cools off, huh?
Mm-hmm. We'll do another porch chat or swing chat or
something.
Some kind of chat.
We'll be talking to you.
Yeah. So we're going to say bye for now. And everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
I think over in Australia,
15 hours difference.
I think it's Sunday there, Sunday morning.
Well,
we're getting close.
It's getting close.
Okay. But anyway, whatever day it is, night or day, whatever.
It's wintertime in Australia.
Yeah.
Wintertime.
Adele said it was starting. She had a pretty day the other day, though. She could get outside. But yes. So everybody, thank y'all. We love y'all again. And y'all come back and see us. And we'll talk to you later. God bless everybody.